It is another bright sunny day here in the south of France, and we are ready for some more Elliott waves. Not surfing in the ocean and not the waves in the water. We're gonna check the chart, and we're gonna be talking about the title and the thumbnail because all the scenarios have one interesting thing in common. And that is the potential for a final retracement before potentially all-time highs. It would actually be quite cool if we actually swing failure the all-time high and then get the retracement. I mean, that would also be quite neat. But in both cases, there's definitely still some potential, an opportunity. Let me close the curtain for a second. That's better. Well, also for the webcam and for me. Okay, let's get started, shall we? Close the music. Welcome everyone, good to have you here. In today's live stream, we are going to cover the local price action to the upside and also have a look at the daily. And you will see on the daily time frame quite quickly what I mean with the title and the thumbnail as well. So we're going to be covering that. Currently, locally, there's no signs of weakness, right? Prices moving up, as explained in the morning update, but I'll repeat shortly what I'm thinking here locally on the 1 hour. And you also see a channel on my chart. This is the trend channel. If I show you this video, you will get a good idea of what the colors of my channels mean. So recently I made a video in the educational playlist here, how to channel the correct way. Can really recommend this video if you like to use channels, or if you don't use channels but you want to learn how to use them in a very efficient way, then make sure to check out this video. And the trend channel here on my chart, I'll explain later what it means, is basically checking when do we get our wave 4 in an impulse 1, 2, 3, looking for a 4 and a 5. To the upside, daily naked point of control, your basically first area of resistance, 72k, then a bit of resistance at 73, and then you have the all-time high. So let's then get started, shall we? I'm gonna remove the channel and just remove the stuff I had here. And what's this? Oh yeah, gotta put that over here as well. Gonna remove the daily naked point of control, clean chart, and that is the canvas for today's live stream. So welcome everyone: Milo, Power Meet, Abbas, Sultan, Jeroen, Carl, Noob Hustle, what's up, Vicenzo, Mr. Friends, good to have you here. You caught the stream live, welcome man. Good te hebben hier, good te hebben hier. Jesse, geluk, goed dat je erbij bent. Tim, jij ook. Time for Elliott waves to show us what exactly. Anushka, Brahim, welcome. BBL, what's up? Rosie, nice to have you here. I think I saw a tag of you in Discord. I'll have to check your message. Geluk, yeah, I hope so too. Yes, no. Crypto W Mall 57k. That would be possible only with a diagonal. In this case, multi 1-2 looks a bit better than a diagonal though. Tim. Did you come walking in on the red carpet? Nope, unfortunately not. Puts the sun in his place, yeah, exactly. Cheese, welcome. Good to have you here. Colin, Bert, Ruzan, nice to have you guys here. Let's get started, shall we? So we're going to start on the daily time frame. And I want to show you another scenario that I have not shown in the morning update today. And it will explain the title as well. Now, of course, on the 1 hour time frame, we primarily have to wait for some signs of weakness, but on the daily time frame, there's interesting confluence between different scenarios. So if you have seen the previous update, of course, some of the stuff I will be talking about might be similar. Some stuff will be different, because in a live stream, I can elaborate a lot more on these scenarios and talk in a lot more detail and explain a lot more than I can in a video, where I try to be very much to the point. Plus, I have a new scenario here in my folder as well. And I will also explain why any other diagonal at the moment compared to the one I have doesn't work, because of this range here, really, or at least doesn't have great probabilities at the moment, because there is, based on the recent structure, the potential of another diagonal, but I don't really like it. So let's get started, shall we? First of all, here we have the multi 1-2 on my chart, and the multi 1-2 here has an ended or a finished green wave 2. Now we are then looking for a 5-wave impulse up in blue 1, 3-wave down in blue 2, and then continuation up. Your invalidation is 65.5, right? Now in this scenario, right, we are then looking for a move towards the downside, right? Remember the thumbnail, one last drop, right? So this is one of the scenarios where we would then look for one last drop. That's your wave 2. Now, mind you, we have some more scenarios, but you'll see the confluence. So here, what we're waiting for is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finish your one more drop in 2, and then you continue up. Now, if you then go to the 1 hour time frame, then on the 1 hour time frame, what we're waiting for is an impulse to end. So here we have our 1, 2, and you can clearly see prices moving to the upside, volume also moving up as price was moving up. The highest volume was in this move to the upside here. So therefore, preferably, we are labeling this structure to the upside as a wave 3, and we are waiting for a wave 4, right? We are, again, let me use this here. We're looking for that blue one. The invalidation for your 4 is the 618, taken from the low of 2 to the high of your wave 3, wherever the high is going to be. And what we're waiting for is a wave 4 that is long enough in time compared to your wave 2, right? So, I mean, I didn't count this wave 2 in detail. You could potentially move it all the way to the right, but basically what you're waiting for is a sideways range that has a good size, is long enough in time compared to your wave 2, as most commonly a wave 4 is longer in time than your wave 2. And then after your 4, you look for one more move up in 5, higher high in price, lower high on the volume. That is what we like to see. And then after a wave 5, that is the moment then where we finish our wave 1 and look for price to move towards the downside. So basically what we are looking for at the moment still is upside, unless price hits the 0.618 here, because what we're looking for is the wave 4 and then another move up in 5. And at the moment, there's no confirmation yet that we are indeed in a wave 4 matching your wave 2. Another trick that you can use for this is the channel that I had on my chart at the beginning. You can take it from the high of your 1 to the high of your 3 to then the end over here, like this range. And you can see that at no moment in time did we cross the lower trend line, right? Even if I do this here, we touched it. We didn't break it though, but I do like to include most of the impulse. So I prefer pulling it here. And what you want to see in a wave 4 is a wave 4 to break the lower trend line, but we haven't. So therefore, at the moment, I'm just remaining very patient, still waiting for a wave 4, another move up in 5. Now, of course, what would be interesting is if price continues up and volume increases even more. That is the moment where we can really start thinking about a much bigger extension, and that would lower the probabilities for one more drop. Okay, listen what I say, right? So at the moment here, our volume, highest amount of volume was here, right? If price continues moving up and volume is slowly declining, that's exactly what you want to see. However, if price is moving up and volume instead is increasing with price moving up, you're going to be extending this 3 higher, 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 and then it can go very high. And that could be the moment, of course, where instead of looking for a drop, in this case, a drop in your blue 2, in that case, you could just start your 3. You have your 1, 2, 1, 2, and then poof, right, you go. But at the moment, based on the local volume, we had a bit of a bump here, but it's been slowing down. And one of the scenarios here is looking for that wave 1, which is very interesting. Preferably either wick all-time high or preferably actually just missing out on all-time high, then move down, grab liquidity, stop some people out, and then continue. That would be ideal. So that is a scenario that I keep a close eye on. Now, a variation of that scenario is what I want to show you here. Mind you, it's not as nicely put on my chart as I usually do. Let me 1 second here. I gotta make it at least viewable for all of you. No, put a little bit of effort into putting a little bit of makeup on my chart here. Do this, and then come on, remove, add, and add. Okay, and then do this. I do like a good looking chart. There we go. We'll get to the lower time frame here in a second, but basically what you're looking for here, right, is a double 1, 2. So now you have your 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This here is considered a 4, and this is your final move up in 5. And I have been considering this scenario the moment we started moving up. But the one thing that I wanted to see, there we go again, was the volume. So this is the first time I show this scenario here. And what I wanted to look for is the volume, because you want the volume in a wave 5 in blue. So what you're looking for here is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a wave 5. What you're looking for in a wave 5 is a lower amount of volume than your wave 3. Peak volume in 3, current peak volume in 5. That's lower, right? That's also what you like to see. And then locally, we have the same impulsive count. 1, 2, 3, still looking for 4, still looking for a wave 5. So that basically this count locally here in white is exactly the same for both of the scenarios that I'm showing, right? So in this scenario here, where you then finish a bigger one and you can expect a deeper retracement to the downside, right? I have currently the target estimated at about the 73K resistance area here, which is just before all-time high. But in that case, you would have a target 66 to 62, no? Most common at least. And in your other scenario, you finish a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move, but your retracement here is more shallow. But in both cases, you get one more drop towards the downside, right? Now, this is a scenario that also Samith shared in Discord earlier today, this morning, and sparked a little bit of positive conversation and discussion. His count was 1, 2, and then looking for a bigger 3, bigger 4, bigger 5. I don't really like this as an impulse much, but in the end, it's the same. You're still looking for a 4, still looking for a 5. In other words, still looking for upside as long as price is not touching that 618 taken from the low of your 2 to wherever your high is. We're waiting for a 4, and the invalidation for 4 is the 618. So you can pull it from this low, normal Fibonacci, to wherever the high is going to be till you get that range in your wave 4. So those are now two scenarios on a daily time frame, sorry for that, on a daily time frame where a drop can be very interesting. This is the most shallow, right? Another 1, 2. And this is deeper, 1, 2, 1, deeper 2, continuation to the upside. It's also important to at least consider these scenarios, right? Again, locally, there's no sign of weakness. Okay, probabilities are higher to move up on the 1 hour. But it is important, in my opinion, to at least consider these scenarios where you do grab some liquidity, also because of the news-heavy weeks that we have. So, of course, today at 4 p.m., tomorrow 2:30, Thursday, Friday, and then here, Tuesday 5th, presidential election. Thursday, November 7th, some more Fed stuff, right? So there's a lot happening at the beginning of November. And you got to be prepared for that volatility as well, right? Preparation, in my opinion, as they often say, is the key to success. So that being said, two interesting scenarios. Now we go to the two lower probability scenarios, right? So these, the 1112 here on my chart and the 112 here on my chart, those are the two primaries, the two more interesting scenarios. Then we get to lower probability scenarios. We have again a 1-2, but in this case we have a 1 here. 1, this needs to be a 3-wave structure. Very unlikely because of this move up. I don't know why I'm talking about this actually, because at the moment there's no reason to think this is a corrective structure. The 1.618, if that's hit at 72.1k, this scenario goes in the bin. So the only reason I have it on my chart is to check if price is going to hit the 1.618. Well, lower probability. I don't know why it's still in my folder. And then inside this wave 2, you're looking for a flat A, B, C, but this has to be a 3-wave structure, which at the moment it's not. Common target for a B is also passed now. You're approaching the 1.618. So yeah, there's what the hell. Okay, if there's any questions about that scenario, you know where to find me in the chat. In your case, of course. So finally, then the diagonal, and this also is a lower probability scenario because of the shallow retracement we had here. Let me explain. So what you're looking for in a diagonal is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, invalidation of 5, 72.9k. Right, hit that and the probabilities again increase for the multi 1-2, but as explained, the multi 1-2s do have a better probability than a diagonal. So what we're looking for here is the end of 5, therefore the end of your green wave 1, deep, short, sharp retracement into continuation. This is the scenario that can lead to the deepest retracement, but still your invalidation is down here at 49k, and the probabilities on the daily are higher for any bullish scenario compared to any bearish scenario where you would take out this low, right? Now, in this case, the reason why it has lower probabilities, as mentioned, this wave B, I'll go a little bit quick, is so shallow. So inside wave 1, 3 wave, 3 wave, 3, 3. You're looking for a 3 in that case, where you have, A, B, C. The problem is your B is so short. And therefore, your C has to be very short to not hit this 1-to-1. Take a trend-based SIP from the, oops, that's a brush, from the end of your wave 4 to the high of your A over here to the end of your B. You can see that the common target for C at 76.1k is not below the red 1-to-1. The rare target is, right, the rare target for a zigzag C is at 72k, but it's rare for a reason. So therefore, it doesn't have the highest probability. Now, an alternative diagonal, which I'm not a fan of, is that you count this as a 1-2, or whatever you want to put here, doesn't really matter. This is such a rubbish start. But then you start your diagonal here, and then you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The main reason why I'm not a fan of this is because of your wave 4. Now, in a diagonal, right, if you would count a diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your wave 2 and your wave 4, they have to be zigzag family structures. They can't be anything else. In other words, it needs to be a 5-3-5 ABC, or it needs to be a zigzag WXY, double zigzag, right? So you have your W, you have your X and your Y, or a triple zigzag, X and then Z. You can't have any other structure in a wave 2 or a wave 4. Now if we then go to the 4-hour time frame, then this structure here does not count as a zigzag, double zigzag, or triple zigzag. So yes, this counts as a zigzag down, but for me, this structure to the upside for me doesn't count as an impulse here. This is very much a 3 and another 3, creating a WXY double zigzag. For me, this is not how I don't count this as a 1, 2, and this is a 3, 4, and a 5. For me, this is part of a bigger corrective structure, labeling WXY, but that is then a sideways double combo. I also saw that Stuba, a great Elliott wave counter in the group, maybe he's here. I haven't checked the chat, but he had the potential of a triangle here, or at least a triangle variation. But then again, a triangle is not allowed in a wave 4 of such a diagonal. So this is not something that I am looking for, which basically means that if you hit 72.9K, this diagonal I have on my chart is going to be invalidated. And yeah, there's not really any great reason to put another diagonal on the chart, right? So yeah, that's basically it on the daily. So just to explain the thumbnail as well, right? So 1112, another 1-2, most shallow retracement, and then you look for continuation up. In your wave 1, we look for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locally. We go to the 1 hour time frame soon, but here you get one final drop in your 2, and then you look for continuation to the upside. Resistance to the upside is 72K, daily naked point of control, and then here you have at 73K a couple of confluences, of which one is the daily naked point of control you see on my chart. All right. Second, 1, 2, 1, 2, continuation up, deeper retracement to the downside, still looking for the same locally on the lower time frame, still looking for higher prices on the 1 hour time frame because we are waiting for a 5-wave structure to the upside. And then in the diagonal, well, you're just not looking for price to hit this. And then you look for the deepest retracement. The 1-2s, the multi 1-2s have a better probability than the diagonal. On the 1 hour time frame, we are observing this bullish structure here. The impulse to the upside, keep a close eye on the volume as explained. If price is continuing up on increased volume, right? That is the moment where we could expect stronger continuation. This wave 3 is going to move up, 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 up. But what we're looking for here is then your 1, 2, everything here is still 3, looking for eventually a 4 and a 5. When do you get a wave 4? It's very difficult to say because a wave 3 can be very, very extended. And you just got to wait for a range to form. Right, price is moving up, we have our volume increasing, got to wait for a range to form, and once a range is forming, we can start labeling it a wave 4. We want that range of 4 to be similar in size as your wave 2, would give more confidence that this wave 4 is indeed matching that wave 2. And one of the tricks, as explained earlier, is to take a channel from end of 1 to the high to the end of your 2. And look, if I put it here, you can see the lower trend line here hasn't been hit. But what you're looking for is eventually, price goes up and up and up. We continue following, and then you want this trend line to be broken here, the lower trend line. Would give more confidence for price to start a wave 4. Now, the reason also that probabilities here are higher for an impulse is price broke out of the base channel. 1 second here. Let me make this a little bit nicer. Let's see here. Base channel taken from the start of 1, and then I put it over here. It's just nicer. And then the high of your 1 here broke out. You can see we actually had spent a bit of time on the upper trend line and then continued up. And then for a wave 4, you're looking for price to eventually come back towards the base channel. But this is higher probabilities for it to be impulsive. And as price moves up, we're going to move this 618 up as well, till eventually we get a range. So yeah, probabilities higher on the 1 hour. To still look for higher prices, we're basically just waiting for a wave 4 to start. You know, a bit of like a matter of time eventually. And then one more high in a wave 5. The common target area for a wave 4 is the 236 to the 382. Let me quickly check if there's the potential here for a flat, yes or no. Just for, Okay, we're at the common target for a flat, so there's definitely potential, but yeah, we'll wait and see. So common target for a wave 4 is the 23605, which if you take it from the lowest point of 2 to this high, has not been touched. And your invalidation is the 618, and then as price goes up, 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 you just follow along with your fibs. Up, there we go. And yeah, and then on the daily, at the moment the probabilities are on the side of the multi 1-2s, which are the two more bullish scenarios compared to the diagonal. And on a weekly time frame, also the probabilities are higher for the bulls, but that's something we have covered in like literally when this range started in March. So you guys know about my count on the weekly, at least the people that are here more often. So yeah, and this is what I'm looking for. Wait, did I forgot to? Oh, I forgot to post the live stream in Discord. Oops. Oops. I just finished the analysis and it made me realize I forgot to post it here. Sorry. Yo, I'm such a professional content creator. Okay, let's put the resistance on my chart here. So basically what we're looking for again is volume, and we just wait for a range to form and price to break the lower trend line. So we continue following up with the channel and we just wait, right? Now if you're in a position, hopefully a long, not a short, no financial advice, but a trend channel is such an awesome tool to extend profits and extend a trade instead of taking profits early. Can definitely recommend learning about this. Check the latest video in the educational playlist. And keep an eye on the volume as well. Price moving up. We're going to keep an eye on the volume also during the live stream. And yeah, we just wait for a range to form, and then once a range is forming, we're going to label it a 4 and still look for one more high in 5. So in other words, the longer it takes for price to print a wave 4, the higher price is going. I mean, it makes sense, no? If not yet in positions, the ranges give you the best opportunity in the market, right? It makes, for me personally, never makes a sense to really add in or compound or add a new trade in the middle of a move. Locally here, price had bullish CVDs while retesting resistance into support, which of course is interesting. Wick the high here, move down, bullish CVDs, and those have now played out. And now that price is moving, wait for another range, and eventually, of course, a wave 4. Gonna remove the channel from my chart and toggle on this at toggle on to put a pinned comment here. Sorry to everyone that's just coming in from Discord. I completely forgot I was so excited to start. I completely forgot to to put it in Discord. But welcome to everyone. I just analyzed the chart. Let me do a very, very short summary. If you just joined, then here you go. Also to explain. Short summary. Bullish scenario 1, multi 1-2. The two multi 1-2s I'm going to show you have the highest probability. In this case, you have a finish 2. You look for another 1-2 up. This is then the drop, right? One last drop, one last opportunity before you then get your lift off. Okay. In this case, we're looking for an impulse to the upside locally. Alternatively, you here have 1-2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finish green 1, deeper 2, continuation, right? Last drop before you get the move towards the upside. In both cases, however, you look for an impulse here towards the upside. But in scenario 1, you finish the blue wave 1. And in scenario 2, you actually finish green 1 and blue 5. So deeper retracement. And then a very alternative scenario at the moment is then the diagonal. Good to keep an eye on it. Invalidation 72.9K. Not the highest probability because of how shallow this retracement is. And on the 1 hour time frame, we continue to look for an impulse to the upside. 1, 2, 3, waiting for eventually a wave 4 and 5. Keep an eye on the volume, because as price is moving up in a wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, we eventually want to see volume decline as price is making higher highs and not increase. If it increases, we are looking for continuation, right? Your wave 3 is just going to move up and up and up and up. So waiting for a wave 4 to start, and the invalidation for 4 is the 618, taken from the low of 2 to the high. Now let me have a look. Can we get a flat in here? Yes or no now? Did we hit? Okay, no. So therefore we can now take and do that. Okay, there we go. So that is that's the summary. Resistance to the upside, daily naked. Oh, we flipped this one. All right. Let me also remove these. Up, up. Just hit the daily naked point of control here. Next up, another daily naked point of control, and also a daily 73.1 and 5K, and then all-time high is of course just above. So yeah, let's see. No. Let's see. Quickly show you the channel. Yes, absolutely. I also again I will recommend to check out the latest video I made about it as well, which is 15 minutes of theory and 15 minutes of examples. So here you go. The best way to use channels, right? How to channel the correct way. Can really recommend this. It's so helpful. But the base channel, right, taken from, so first of all, you need, having a basic understanding of Elliott waves would help, because you need to have a count on your chart in that case to figure out the correct pivots. You don't necessarily really, like, look, you don't need to know Elliott waves, because if you, like, you need to observe, okay, quick move up, sideways range. And then in your head, you'll be like, okay, so, 1, 2, and then once price starts moving, you got to be, okay, that's your wave 3, volume increasing. That's the only thing really you would need to know, right? It's very basic. But then you take a channel from the start of your 1, the end of your 2 here to the end of your 1, price breaks out. That's what you want to see in a wave 3. So that's your base channel. And then from the end of 1, to the high of 3 to the end of your 4, what you're looking for is price to break this lower trend line. If we then take a fib from the lowest point of 2, because I want to be safe, I prefer to take the lowest point. And there we go. Then your target area 23605 for a wave 4, invalidation 68.5K, D0.618. And you're just waiting for price to eventually break this trend line, and then you can be more confident talking about, okay, this range is a wave 4, matching your wave 2 here. So that is how you put it on the chart. 1 second, have a look here. What's been written? Wait. Koen, is this in dollar or euro? This is dollar. Yeah. This is Bitcoin USD. I don't chart in euro. It's not really like as an English channel. You got to go in dollar now. Have a look. 1 minute, 2. Why you took? Oh yes. That's I kind of explained it, but I didn't really necessarily answer your question. The reason I took this low is because you then have a WXY zigzag, double zigzag, flat, continue, which means your correction ends here, not here. So you want to use the end of the corrective structure, which is then also why wave 1 starts here. Bark pattern incoming. Oh, who knows? Star Guy, welcome. Thanks a lot for your analysis and charts. It really helps to study Elliott waves so easily. Happy to hear that, Sergey. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks for being here for a long time as well. Huh? I'm happy to see that it's useful. Right? I mean, people that are regularly here, like Barbie as well. I recognize the name. V-Escape, by the way, welcome. 886 hit. Yes, the 886 from all-time high to 49K is touched, which basically increases probabilities on the very high time frame to still take out all-time high, whatever happens next. You can go and take the low at 49, doesn't even matter for the probabilities. So yeah, that's nice. BBL, welcome. How many Asians are here is the question. If you are living in Asia or you are Asian, please, for BBL, press 1 in the chat. I live in Thailand. Didn't get an update. Look at your life. Yeah, sorry, Dow. I noticed. A bit late. Doge forming a nice range. Never to Thailand. Hope to visit. So yeah, I've never been to Thailand as well. A friend of mine has, actually, and he had a great trip. Showed awesome pictures and videos, but not yet. It's on the agenda. Thunderin, welcome. Can you please? Yeah, so I answered that one. After 79K, is possible 48K in Bitcoin? Can be the top of wave 5, or is it only wave 5 of wave 3? And we have another 4 at 52K, and then the final wave 5. So 79 is actually below the common target for your wave 5, really, on the weekly. 81K to 130K would be most interesting for the end of a bigger weekly impulse. And after that, then you're looking for a move down. That's your most bullish scenario on the weekly, no? So let me just get it on the chart. So what you're talking about is this. And then your target for your 5, 81, 129. Now, especially if this is a multi 1-2 here, you're going to be looking for then a 3 and then eventually 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. So typical impulsive structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But of course, internally, you have 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, maybe another one. Then eventually you get your 3, and then you get 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, right? So you basically end with a range or a grind, and you start, and then you have your 3 in the middle, like your bigger move. So after a wave 5, then you're looking for deeper retracements, which I covered in I think it was the most recent high time frame video I made. Yeah, here, bull market and bear market targets explained. So check this one out. That's the video here. And then, of course, your more bullish scenario would be double 1, 2, and then you move up in a 3. So 3 is yet to begin. Yeah. What is your thought on ETH BTC? ETH and Bitcoin. I actually never, ever look at those type of charts, so I can't really say anything useful about it. I mean, we can have a look, of course, but yeah. I mean, if you look for like 1, 2, 1, 2, but then how on earth is this ever going in a wave 3? Because then Ethereum would literally outperform Bitcoin enormously if this would be 1, 2, 1, 2, and boom. So the big, like, I prefer doing Elliott waves on individual assets instead of comparing them with one another, which for me always feels a bit useless in a way. So how you had to, if you want to count this as an impulse, you need a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 truncated 5 potentially here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be a truncation. Plus you have an expanding diagonal, 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5, and then a truncation as well. And then this is your correction before then another leg up. Yeah. And it's the move down so far here. This is very much a three-wave structure, increasing probabilities to take the high. This is very much a grind to the downside. There's no clear impulse here, so higher probabilities. This is corrective, not impulsive, increasing probabilities to take out the high. But then again, it's not a price chart, so yeah. Currently it's downtrending, which is, I suppose also as expected because of what Bitcoin is showing. Right, moving to the upside, consistently higher highs, higher lows since 49k. People get interested again, take money out of ETH, put it into Bitcoin. Yeah. The double zigzag. Yo, cheers, Rosie. Karen, okay, so from Asia. Ethan, Karen K, Boss Maki, Korean flavor. I've been to Busan multiple times actually. I had a great time there in Busan. I was there for esports related activities. Also down. Alts will bleed against Bitcoin until post halving. Yeah, so I'm generally, so I do altcoin analysis on Sundays, every Sunday, but I'm not really involved too much with the alts. But as you know, if Bitcoin is moving, then most, generally people have their money in Bitcoin. So yes, alts can go up because Bitcoin goes up, but they might go up less in percentage compared to what Bitcoin shows. And then eventually you get alt season once Bitcoin is ranging again. Welcome, Agent J. Good to have you here. Welcome. So yeah, if you have any questions, make sure to let yourself be heard. The analysis started at 12 minutes and ended a short while ago. But if you have any questions, make sure to ask. And yeah. We are just observing local price action here after the analysis is finished. Let's put this on the chart. There we go. What's up, Rodney? Welcome. If you are saving, if you're not involved heavy into alts, you're saving yourself plenty of heartache. There's also great opportunities, right, in alts, but I guess it has more to do with keeping track of what I'm doing and stress. So like in the past, when I started, I did trade other assets, but eventually it got so confusing that I just decided to be like, why am I even trying like all these alts? Why don't I just stick with Bitcoin? Because it gives me enough, right? I don't need the alts. I can just trade Bitcoin and be happy. I have less charts to keep an eye on. I have less charts to analyze, so it's saving me time. Can spend more time doing other stuff or time with the wife or whatever. Less stress, I don't have multiple positions to keep an eye on, unless of course they're in Bitcoin and I have multiple positions in Bitcoin, but I don't have like, this one is positive and this one negative and this and that. Yeah, it just less management, less stress, less involvement, less risk, and Bitcoin gives enough. Yeah. Hi, I realized that the low of your wave 2 at 66,390 is only a wick on Coinbase. Is that not a problem? Wave 2 at 66. Oh, this one here. Is this only on Coinbase? It wouldn't be a problem for your invalidation though. So if you pull a fib, if you don't have this wick, you just pull the fib from then this low here to the high. So you maybe have a difference of a few dollars, but that's it. Let me have a look at another chart, let's try index. Let's see what we have here. Ah, yeah, so here you don't. So in that case, you would then pull it from this low to the high. And then that's your invalidation, and these are your wave 4 targets. Yeah. A little wick here on Coinbase. Yeah. No point of doing TA on alts. Well, I gotta say, I actually really like doing Elliott wave analysis on altcoins because I love the challenge. I love the puzzle. I love keeping track of the predictions. But I'm just less involved, or not really involved in trading them. I just like the challenge of counting them. I love the analysis more than actually trading them. And like I love analyzing them for people on Sunday during the altcoin stream, as I got many questions about, can you do this? Can you do this coin and that? And then I like to analyze the alts, but not so much involved. There's definitely plenty of opportunity if you have a good trading strategy, but most of folks are lazy. I guess in a way that's true, as in people that are looking for the shortcut, right? So instead of building a plan or a strategy, they're looking for the one holy grail, which eventually you find out there is no holy grail. There's only hard work, really, because trading is like building a business. It's like trading is a business. But on alts, there's definitely great opportunities. I think the best coin so far that we have analyzed to like perfection was SUI, taking the all-time high. That was so good. And we analyzed this. Why do I do that? I can just go here. SUI. So you can go to the altcoin live streams if you wish to. I have the playlist on my YouTube channel, the altcoin playlist. But we started analyzing. I think the first time this coin appeared was somewhere, I don't know, somewhere here, right around the low, when someone requested like, "Yo, Koen, can you have a look?" It was somewhere towards the end, and we had two areas of support. Do I still have them? Oh wait, yes, wasn't this group? Yeah, okay. So we had the weekly and the daily, and even though price retraced really far, this moved down at a higher probability of being corrective, and this is very clearly 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. So it's like your textbook impulse. And holy moly, did this play out nicely. 300%. So yeah, I mean, brilliant. I think this is the best one we've had this bull market. I mean, this bull market as in, since I've been doing the altcoin streams consistently, this is the biggest mover. The one that 300%. Which is very nice. Very nice. So yeah, there's great opportunities, but yeah, I think alts can be really fun to analyze. But for me, if I do anything with alts, it would be more to hold instead of trade. It's more like holding. Easiest to stick to the king. Yeah, I mean, I have most experience. Thank you. I personally have most experience with Bitcoin. You know, it's the main asset that I have traded from the very beginning, and it's the one I know the best as well. But then again, there's other opportunities, especially just from an Elliott wave point of view. It's quite easy to spot great opportunities. I sent something interesting from Discord, Koen. You can check after the stream. Okay, I will, Mr. Friend. Thanks for sending. Coinbix has many wicks lately. I don't know. I actually haven't noticed. This one is the one I noticed now. I don't know about these two. I think these two here at the low are similar on index. Let me have a look here. Yeah, so we had wicks here on index as well. And that's basically it. So it's this small one here that is different. But luckily, like, it doesn't really matter from an Elliott wave point of view. It's interesting, right? I was actually about to answer this guy's question, and then the moment he started spamming, it's like, okay, you gotta go, mate. Not here. When was the last time you played some video game, and which one was that? So, for the people that don't know me, I used to be a professional esports player in the past in the game Trackmania for 11 years. Got third in the world, always between like top 5, top 10 at the world champs when I participated. And I played Rocket League semi-pro in the Netherlands for a short while, and then I got into yes, I have seen your email, Mohib. And then I got into other esports and gaming related activities, having my own businesses actually, and other stuff. And I think the last time I played a game, it's interesting that I have to think about it for so long, because I barely ever play. I like to follow the industry. I like to watch, but let me answer it. If I play a game, it would be Trackmania, Rocket League, or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the old one, right? I'm the OG type of guy, like the old gamer. Oh, not necessarily like the best, but old school. Yeah. And then if I play with friends. I mean, if I'm with friends, we don't often play games, but sometimes with one friend of mine, Stein, we might play. What did we play the other day? That's such a long time ago, man. Gran Turismo something. Battlefield. But yeah, I mean, we're talking. I don't know. The last time I played a game, I don't even know. You know what I have on my phone? Piano tiles. But there's a story behind why I have it. Please press 1 in the chat if you know the game Piano Tiles. I don't know if I have to explain what it is or not. But there's a story of why I have it on my phone. And it's the only game I have on my phone. I don't have any other game except Piano Tiles. So yeah, those are basically the only games I touch if I do play. But I can't really remember the last time I played, because I really enjoy what I do, and whenever I have time, I prefer to put it into business endeavors in my speaking, or reply to you guys' comments, or active in Discord, or do an extra live stream, or like I prefer doing trading, YouTube, speaking related stuff, as I'm a global keynote speaker as well. I'm also a board member of the Global Esports Federation. So it's funny. I prefer to work, I suppose, if you class it as work. For me, it's like a hobby, but it feels like a hobby. But I prefer to work than play games. But when I'm with other people, of course, I don't work. So if we then play a game, then yeah, I might play a game. Okay, we at least have one person here. Yeah, Piano Tiles is a game where you have tiles falling up, down on the screen, and then you gotta, let me shortly explain the story of why it's on my phone. And then what you gotta do is very quickly like tap them, and they go faster, 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 and then tap, 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 tap. And the reason it's on my phone is actually because when I was an esports player, one of the things that is very important is your reaction time, and in Trackmania in particular, it's the eyesight outside of your main focus. And what this game is teaching you, or what it helps you with, is it is training exactly that. So it's your hand-eye coordination, first of all, but second, it is also it's the English word. God damn it. Where is it? It's the I need to change my sentence. So it's the hand-eye coordination, but it is also like reading the tiles while your focus is somewhere else. So your focus is in the middle of the screen or on where you're prepping. But while the tiles are falling from above, you need to like see them in your blur vision to then tap them, especially once they fall really fast. So in other words, you're training your vision. Basically, that's what I'm saying, I guess, to make it easy. You're training your vision, which is important for the game in Trackmania because of the walls and how fast the gameplay is and everything that's happening when you're driving. So while you're driving, you also want to read the checkpoint times. You want to check the environment. You have the walls, the holes, the loopings, or whatever is happening. Peripheral vision. Thank you, Jim. Thanks. That's exactly that. You're training to read your peripheral vision and act on it, right? And that is what piano tiles helps with once the speed goes up. So in the beginning, it's very easy. You look at one tile falling and tap. But once it goes fast, that's where you train your eyesight. So the reason it's on my phone is because back in the day with the manager of the team as well, we worked together. And we got the exercise of playing this game. And that's when I put it on my phone and it never left my phone. It's also like a memory of my esports time. So sometimes when I'm in an airplane or, I boot up the game and I play a bit of piano tiles. But I can't remember the last time really that I played piano tiles. So, yeah, fun time. Yocosta, hello all to me. Bitcoin with Elliott wave is easier to analyze when moving in 5-wave structure. Yes, that's I think for most people generally that is correct. The impulses are easiest to recognize, easiest to follow, and easiest to invalidate. Corrective structures can be very difficult to count and also very difficult to trade. But the moment you have a confirmed 3-wave structure down and probabilities are higher to take out the high, it becomes, of course, interesting to look for longs instead of shorts. So even though you might not be able to count everything in detail, it's a lot more interesting to look for long opportunities than short opportunities. Or from a DCA perspective, the moment you have a confirmed 3-waver, one can just slowly add. And even if price would then move down, you just add. With solid risk management, not that if price would hit your stop loss, as you never know, you're going to lose 100% of your account and just liquidate it. But reading corrections in detail is difficult, but spotting corrections can be a lot easier because the only thing you really need to see is a 3-wave structure, right? The moment we got a 3-waver here, all of this doesn't really matter. The probabilities were set. Only if you would get a diagonal where you're going to become bearish, but you would need a confirmed wave 4 for a diagonal. Then you need a wave 5 down, plus then you expect a deep retracement, get out at break even, and then you have a short opportunity. So it's actually a very safe way of trading from an Elliott wave point of view the moment you have a 3-wave structure. So yeah. But you are correct that impulses are most of the time easier to read for people than corrective structures. The fun in counting is probably the corrections because that's where the challenge is. Yeah, you can make Elliott waves as easy or difficult as you would like, I suppose, as well. Where if you know the basics of Elliott waves and you see this structure and then price moves up and takes out these highs here, you probably know like, okay, this is a 3-wave structure, so probabilities are higher to take the high. So my bias is bullish. You don't have to count this in detail. You don't have to know everything here in detail. It's just you have a bias now. And then with that bias, you can use maybe your other trading strategy to then enter positions, right? So that's how, of course, Elliott waves can help. And the 886 is a great Fibonacci level as well. Right, once an 886 is touched, you're looking for continuation. When comparing your gaming career and your trading career, which one was more challenging to master? Because you can kind of compare it like a game. Trading, 100%. I don't have to think about it. Trading. Mm-hmm. Trading for me was way more challenging than game. So So first of all, when I started in the esports industry, I didn't even know you could become a professional gamer. I just happened to become one. I started in 2006, yo. So I started 14 years old, played Trackmania for the first time because my dad happened to find it. 2 weeks later, I was approached by C Sports. It was a German team, amateur team. And I was playing on their server. So, for 2 weeks, they saw me playing. They asked me if I wanted to join their team, which is like joining the local club. And then 10 months later, I was approached by a professional team, Big Grip Gaming. At that moment in time, the top team in the world, together with Dignitas. We were always in the finals against Dignitas. And so basically, it took me about 10, 11 months to go from starting playing the game to becoming a professional in the space. And trading has been a lot more challenging, but mainly the psychology part of trading, which, I don't know, in video games never was a challenge. I'm a very calm guy. But in trading, the way I guess the chart interacted with me in the beginning, it was very difficult for me to stay out of it or not touch it. Or it's just you enter a position, you just got to let it go. And I did every psychology problem you can get. You sign me up. You can put my name there. I had it. I sucked. But at the beginning, when I started, no one told me. I didn't have a coach or whatever, but no one spoke about like the psychology aspect. But shit, man, if something's gonna kick your ass, it's gonna be psychology. It's not your plan. It's the psychology. Holding, not being greedy, fear of missing out, FOMO, fear of losing, no discipline, right? Like that's where most people lose their money. The emotion, the psychology, and it takes a lot of training to get rid of that. And that's where, for me, the biggest progress was made is the psychology front. So that I've always been a very analytical guy and very, very technical in a way. Not as like I'm not good with my hand, or everyone can be good in something. I say I'm not good with my hands, but if I want to, everyone can learn something. But growth mindset. But it's not like being very what was my flow of thought? So I'm good. I'm a very analytical person, always have been. And the technical side, right? Technical stuff is easy for me. Studying takes a lot of work. I'm not the best student, but I'm a good student, I suppose. But then it's the psychology part that kicked my ass in the beginning. And then you're like, why do I? And then you're like, if I just let it run, it would have hit TP. If I didn't get out of my, if I wasn't afraid of losing, price is moving towards your stop loss and you get out before it actually hits stop, and then price moves and hits TP. You're like, fuck, why did I do that? You're like, and then there's so many examples, or you FOMO in and then price reverses and then you go out again because fuck, right? And then you go back in again because it goes up again, and then out, in, and you're like, what am I doing? Leverage goes up. Trading, definitely more challenging. Yes, 100%. I played I'm playing Counter-Strike for 7 years, and the last 4 or 5 years I only play maybe an average 1 hour a week. It betters your reflexes, your decision making is also improved. Yeah, it's a great game for many skills that you can use in daily life. Not only reflexes and decision making, but of course you play in a team environment as well. Everyone has their role, right? So there's a lot of social skill involved. And And I mean, if you go to any game, there's always things to learn from that game. But of course, when you start playing a game, it's not like, oh, I just started playing this XYZ game, and now my skill of whatever skill is super good. Like, you can't put it on your CV. But if you would, for example, be have an incredibly high level in a video game, or an elo, or whatever your game has as a system or a rank, in some cases it is worth to putting that on a CV, because you're now talking about a game where you have mastered the concept of the game. But in order to get good, your skills, which is more than just playing the game, it's the total skill set which is improving, which you can use in the workforce as well, of course. So if someone would come to me and has like a game on their CV, if they are like bronze in Rocket League, I'm like, yeah, why is it on your CV? But if you're grand champ, then okay, interesting, tell me about it. So could be the entire move from 15k to wherever the top will be, only wave 1, then big rejection in wave 2. Yes. 30k, that would be very, I mean, 50k-ish sounds more realistic in that case. And then the big wave 3 at 100k. But I don't know why you're trying to get the top below 80k. I don't see, you're talking about, so on the weekly time frame, right? Okay, so let me pull a few fibs here on the charts, okay? So these are your wave 5 targets, basically. That's what I've done. So your minimum target for 5 is already higher than your 75 to 79k. So if we're looking for a wave 5, especially if this is a multi 1-2, there's no way you're going to stop at 79. If this is a multi 1-2, you're going to still be looking for 3 and then a couple of 4-5s. So it would be much more interesting to look for this area and then the retracement, yes. And that I would then agree. But then you're looking for targets. Now, based on previous cycles, we do dip lower every time. The last retracement was a 0.5 retracement. Wait, what did I... Well, I actually have to go to my index chart, because that's where I have my monthly time frame stuff. That's there. Where's the other bull? Oh wait, it's my Bitstamp chart. Oh. Is it here? Searching, impulse cycle. It's basically this one too, but I don't know where I left my fib pool for the wave 2. But I mean, anyway, it must be here, no? Time, price, oh, there we go, retracement. Jeez. So like this wave 2 didn't hit the 236. This one hit 382. This one almost hit 05. So the 05 is a realistic target for a retracement. Looking at the progress so far, of course, if you eventually move it 1 2 1 2 1 2, and then not. But if you look for another 1 2, then your target 81. This is a bit bigger on the monthly. But then yeah, I mean 50, 60. 40 to 30 would be incredibly low, though. But around 50 would be no problem. But I would pick a higher target than 75 to 79, to be honest. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That is correct. My meme coin got ponker. Looked promising. 0.042. It's now up 10%. Ponker. I don't actually know if I have... do I have a Ponk. I don't... Wait, where's my count? Huh? Oh, wow. I never... 2024. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The move up. Wow, that played out. Wait, what are... Holy moly. 10x, or was it? Still 10x, yeah, 10x now. Yeah, exactly, from 4 to where we are now. It indeed looked promising, yeah, when we analyzed it. And of course, also, you can see the support resistance areas as well, no? So, golden pocket, value area high, and then retested as well. Holy moly, what an opportunity. You can see how long we haven't actually analyzed this chart. But it's, that's something for the altcoin stream as well. You said the low at 65k was maybe time-wise before, so the probability were bigger to take the low. The probabilities were bigger to end a corrective structure after the 0.382, which happened in that case. So we then have on the 1 hour time frame, or actually 4 hour. Of course, it depends how often people watch the content, as it always changes. But if you take a fib time from the start here to the high, and you toggle on the 382, then this low, yes, right? So this low was made before the 382. So if you go to the videos that we made as price was here, right, and then the weekend after, the probabilities were higher to take out this low and as a bare minimum, continue the range, remember? And then as price was ranging, then the potential for a WXY started to exist. And then once price starts moving with the CVDs, and then we're looking for this. This is my low, WX flat in Y, zigzag, double zigzag, flat WXY, where wave Y did not take the low. But your correction ended after the 0.382. One. Whoa. What's up, Mark? How you doing? With the amount of potential correctors, I definitely like trading impulses better. Oh, they're the easiest. Yeah. Kali Family Man, did you play any unofficial national TMSW? I played for Norway. Yeah, I played for the Netherlands. What was your Trackmania username? Did you play with Bergie as well? Because there are matches on YouTube, eh? There are matches on YouTube where I also play against Norway. You'll probably be able to find. I can check it after the stream. Don't really want to do it during, but yeah, absolutely. I played for the Dutch national squad. Oh, and also while I was playing for Big Grip Gaming, we also played against a Norwegian team. Sure, it had a red team name and then a white personal name. I forgot the team name, but it's online. I think I downloaded the videos on my PC as well. Vel, welcome. Do you think Bitcoin will hit 80k or above by December 31st? Those type of questions are generally not, you're not able to answer these questions. Can it? Yes. But it doesn't have to, because the highest probability is that we are in an unfinished impulse to the upside. when are you going to hit 80? Before or after December? Doesn't really matter, right? It depends on the structures. If this, however, is a multi 1-2 and we are yet to be, start a 3, then looking for 80, maybe mid in December. There's definitely, especially if you get another final move down, right? Thumbnail. This takes time. And then, maybe like if you want, once you start a 3, it can of course go, it can go very quickly, but you can't really answer the question of are you going to be there or there at that particular time. It's just that your general idea is, your minimum target is 81, and it shouldn't really matter if it's before December or after, unless there is some personal involvement where you need to pull out the money before the end of the year and you hope it goes to 80 so you can take it out, like that sort of stuff. But you cannot answer the question of is it going to be 80 before 2025. We have the scenarios on the chart. We follow them accordingly. The plan, this hasn't changed for so long in my videos, this scenario. And then of course your more bullish scenario being the 1-1-2 here. Where are we going to be in December? We'll see, but by all means, the weekly time frame, highest probability, is bullish. So you're looking up. Yeah. That was my emotional roller coaster yesterday, but I hold to the stop loss like a boss. And that's exactly what you should do. Look, you have a trading plan. If you hit the stop loss, it's no problem. Everyone loses trades, right? It's part of the game. But you have a plan, you have a strategy, you trade according to the plan, you execute, but then you also you got to give the plan like the flexibility. You got to give price flexibility to move, and you have a stop loss for a reason, which is your invalidation. So if you are wrong, then that's where you're wrong. You're not wrong if half of your stop loss got eaten. I think that if your position size is too high for what you can cope with, that is the moment where people are like, oh shit, my stop loss is down here. We're 50%, on prices like minus 50%. If you have your stop loss at minus 1%, right? And prices at minus 50, and you look at the red number, you're like, oh shit. You're in too big. You have not calculated your stop loss correctly. You have not calculated your position size correctly. Now, the goal is, of course, to do that correctly. And then your stop loss is your invalidation. So that is then where your trade is wrong. Yeah. And you should hold to your stop loss. Yes. And you should, unless you have a rule in your plan, trading plan, that says, if I see this and this, I exit. But then you have exit rules, right? You can also have them as a TP. Instead of having a set TP, you can have exit rules. But that's a personal plan. But yeah, you have a stop loss for a reason. Do you think Litecoin will continue to bleed against Bitcoin? Or could something like the Doge first Bitcoin chart happen with LTC versus Bitcoin? It's not really a altcoin stream here, so I don't follow anything. I don't follow this stuff. I mainly, holy shit. Yeah, I mean, this is not interesting. Why would you be interested in Litecoin? Ooh, man. Wow, that's a big wick. Binance doing its job. Yeah, I mean, this chart won't be interesting for months, because before this gets interesting, you would need a very clear 5-wave move up, and then the retracement is your entry. You got to miss out on this to get the opportunity here, and that's your sign. So yeah, this chart is not going to be interesting for months. I'm on a weekly time frame now. So you're you want this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The moment you hit the 618 here, taken from this low to the high, right? Probabilities increase to take the low, which we did. But you want to miss out on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you get a retracement, and this is the entry. Right? So yeah, it will take a while. Yeah. I mean, I analyze every chart separately, like the coins. So for Doge, this is your area of support. It needs to hold this. This is your area of support. Doge Bitcoin is this, by the way. This is, of course, not Doge. We've analyzed Doge in the altcoin stream last Sunday. But on the Doge Bitcoin chart, this is your support, quite simply. Structural support. If you lose that, that's a problem. Yeah. And then locally, of course, you're looking for impulsive structures. Did we wick the low? No, we didn't. So very deep retracement. Of course, this is an 886 touch here. But yeah, then again, it's not a price chart. I don't want to go in a lot of detail, but let's say that, of course, just by looking at it, the chart of Doge looks against Bitcoin looks very different than Litecoin at the moment. You know, Litecoin is useless compared to Bitcoin. Yeah. Good morning, Masi. How you doing? Bina, welcome. Let's go. Yes, a good job, man. Continue. Gotta keep up. I also just had a question about subscriptions. I mean, if there's a possibility that you just analyze a specific going, if possible, of course, we pay. Oh, in the email, Mohib? Because I didn't. So I saw your email coming in, yes, but I haven't read it in a lot of detail. But I can't remember that question. I did add you to the list, by the way. But for a subscription where people pay for, yeah, so sometimes I get the question, can I pay you to analyze this or that? Now the problem here is time. Can I do it? Of course I can. But the problem is, does my time allow me to do it? And if I plan it, because of course someone can say, oh, it's all about priorities. Yeah, okay. But then I have to put a price on it. And if my time is more valuable in other areas than counting a random chart that is not useful for me or the rest of the community or anyone else but that person really, then the price is going to be very high for me counting a chart. Because then it's going to be it's like an exclusive activity outside of my usual thing. So of course the altcoin stream already gives people an opportunity to see alts analyzed. If you have very specific requests, of course feel free to DM me, but don't expect me to just do it, right? Which you don't, because you're saying subscription as well and then just pay for it. So I know. But yeah, that is definitely, that's not cheap. Bear CVD starting to appear. RSI an hour is also having some bear divs, waiting for the 4-hour close and some more CVD structure for scalp. Nice one, Thundering. Love people seeing using CVD. No. Yeah, it's been a very good move so far. Of course, you're in a bullish trend, so the bull CVDs have priority. Bearish CVDs, also you hit the 886 here, so even if this plays out, you now look for the high to be taken. Is that the same on a 5-minute? Oh, we actually just missed out on hitting the daily naked point of control. But now you hit the 886, high to low. 886 is touched. Increasing probabilities to take this high. Of course, if you're scalping, like in a bullish trend, one bearish CVD is not interesting to me. So this depends on your trading strategy, but I don't use that. I would need a much bigger, and then eventually get bearish CVDs, and then I might get interested. But as a scalper, those type of and you hit the 886, maybe 886 to the golden pocket, right? That can be a scalp. That's why it's one of my templates. But bit of bearish CVD, you might take the low. That would be your max target, of course. But you're in such a bullish trend, 886 touch, increasing probabilities to take the high. Just missed out on the daily naked point of control. So, yeah. But of course, that is how I analyze with my plan. Everyone has a different plan. You should just trade your plan. Yeah, I played with him before he got good. I think my in-game name at the time was Fezdeck. Him is Bergie. Yeah. So I know Bergie very well. It doesn't ring a bell. But then again, we're talking about like 14, like 12 years ago, 14 years ago, 15 years ago. I know Bergie very well, like because I played against him also at the World Championships, and we hung out and had dinner together with the group and everything. So yeah, I think the Trackmania team you were talking about was OND, where my in-game name was Fez. I think it was Nord, if I remember correctly, like Nord. Oh, this is interviews. Where's his? So yes, Bergie played for H2K, Hard to Kill. Yeah, that's the one. He played on Death Row as well. Yes, and then Cross New World Order. I was part of NWO as well. And then Bad Boys. I played a lot of against Bad Boys. Wait, 1 second here. So Bergie, awesome guy. Frederik Bergman, retired Norwegian Trackmania player, and I played against him a lot online and offline, and I had the honor of meeting and playing him many times, and he still works, I believe, in the esports industry. He was a team manager. Not sure if that's actually written. Oh, here, Nordavind. I see. We were teammates in Team Expert. I played a lot against Dignitas. I was also part of Above Gaming. I played against Cryo, played against Bad Boys. I don't really know Excello, Opal, Devote. NWO, I was part of New World Order. Art to Kill. I played against H2K. And I don't know, on Death Row, though. So, this is... Was this before... So, yeah, I see your name here. But I guess it didn't stick because we didn't... Maybe, yeah, we never saw each other in real life. But I was a teammate later of Sander, Bergie, Frostburl as well, and Sis. So, in Team Big Grip... Can I... Wait. I'm actually not sure how much information is about me here. Where do we have teams? No, not really. They literally have like zero history of me here. That's no problem. I don't want all of this. Acer, yeah, and then we had a in between time with the team, and then we went to Team Expert. But before Acer, I was in C Sports, and then NWO, New World Order as well, and I was in Mouse Control. I played for some of the shorter periods in my career. Got a thing now, C Sports. From C Sports to Big Grip Gaming to Infuse, that was it. So I went to Infuse Gaming. And after Infused, I spent a short time at Infused is a hardware manufacturer, by the way. Raptor Gaming, I played a short time for Raptor Gaming, also a manufacturer. And like another team in that period. That was quite a messy period. Then eventually I got had a short break, came back. Then I went to C Sports or Mouse Control, then Acer, and that's where I really got that's where I was for the longest period. And then after Acer, I went to Team Expert, and that's where I eventually ended my career. Yeah, but Yo, Fez, that's like we should actually play sometime together, like online. Do you play Trackmania 2020? Because you have played with people that were teammates of me as well. Sander, Bergie, Sis. I was teammates with Sis in B Grip. So with Sander in what was it? NWO. The good old days. But it definitely shows that like you were at that level as well. So, but we never met. So I guess that's a reason why I don't really recall. Rudy, welcome. Good to have you here. One of my mentors once told me, keep the goal the goal. For Koens, it's keep the plan the plan. I mean, look, I struggled a lot in the beginning with psychology, and it's easy to say stick to the plan, but the execution, it's experience, and then of course like reading books about it, doing exercises, maybe speak with a coach, and that's when it really improves. So yeah, stick to the plan. If you have a plan, stick to that plan. Yeah, stick to the plan. Cheers, Mohib. Sam, welcome. A little late, but was biking with my wife. I see. And were you on the racing bike? Like, are you on the racing bike together, or were you just chilling, relaxing? We'll check the Elliott wave analysis afterwards. Thanks, Sam. By the way, Sam, I don't know if you're still here after my storytelling. Got to plan a meeting for later this month, like at the end of this month, if possible. If you are available and open to that. It has to do with your email that you sent me the other day. And then preferably, if possible, between the 26th and 29th, or in the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday 30th or Sunday 1st, if that's possible. And only like you can DM me. No need to answer here. I'm actually putting you on the spot here. Of course, I know in your email you said if you ever wanna meet, but just if you have availability, if you want to, I'd love to take you up on the email and talk to you about what's happening. But also, I'd love to get to know you a bit more. We missed out on meeting each other here in France when you were here, which is a bummer. So there's definitely going to be another time, either here or there. But it would be great to talk to one another. So cheers, Sam. So if you have opportunities in the final week of this month after the 25th, so 26th and then onwards, I'm easily very flexible there. Cheers, man. Struggling to have the pace of the young guys. Yes, November, Sam. Yeah, true. Because I want to have still a little bit more time to work on the vision, the email. Because look, I delayed it because if I come to you and make you spend time talking to me, I want to come with good stuff and execution, right? So I don't want to be there and be like, so how's the weather? You know what I mean? I want to have something to say. So so I've been working on that stuff. Of course, we'll also talk about the weather. I play only to get author medals in the campaign, barely enough to top 100 in Norway, but that's enough for me. Old family now, cannot play as much as I want. Okay, so you do play Trackmania 2020, yeah. But I mean, look, it's like cycling now, that if you get back to the game, if you give it a bit of time, you'll probably get up there. It's just that time, like you might not have the time. Did you play Cup of the Day? So my goal was when I quit Trackmania, or being professional in Trackmania in 2018, and 2020 came out, I set a goal to myself. I said, I'm going to win a Cup of the Day. I'm going to be first in Division 1, beat the rest of the world in Cup of the Day. That was the goal. I won Cup of the Day. And I think I never played again. I think that was it. It was recorded by Spam, Dutch streamer. I mean, and all the other streamers in Div 1. I'll be able to find the clip. So I won on a dirt track Yeah, good times. I don't really play. Yeah, I like to watch as well. Yeah, I like to watch. So welcome, Chanuka, by the way. Welcome. Good to have you here. Good to have you. Trying to piece the puzzle from what I learned from you so far with regards to waiting for a range and determining direction among them. 886 touch, 3-wave structures, CVDs. Very nice. That's a good job, Karen K. Absolutely. The patience will show you, right? So often when a range is forming, if you are in positions or not, right? That's the question. But if a range is forming, you got to be able to take the first hit in order to wait for continuation or not. Also depends on the plan. Some people will just exit at resistance. Other people are, of course, looking for a much bigger swing. You got to be able to take these retracements only to then later realize, oh, yep, it is a 3-wave structure, so we are still looking up, so I can hold. And then, indeed, structure, CVD, 886, right? Three very important elements. And then as a range is forming, you also get new horizontals, like new support resistance areas, point of controls, time frame horizontals like dailies. So yeah, it's very useful. Only in Div 2, but I'm not good on anything else than Stadium. Have you seen the World Cup tracks? They're so different than what we used to play in the past. But it's fun. I mean, I've played them, not the newest once, but I've played them in the past. And when I play Cup of the Day, I'm always a Div 1 player unless it's ice. It's very dependent on the ice track if I can get in Div 1 because I'm not great on ice. Any other style, I'm good. And of course Stadium, that's the easiest, especially tech. Yeah. And I won on a dirt track, but of course dirt and like Stadium, and then especially dirt and tarmac, those were the two that's from our time as well. We didn't have plastic and ice. Platform also works, but yeah. Cup of the Day, I gotta say I really enjoy playing Cup of the Day in Trackmania, but I haven't played it for so long after I pretty much won Cup of the Day in Division 1, and then I was like, okay, reached my goal. After my professional career, Trackmania 2020 came out, and I'm like, yeah, I want to win once, and then that's it. And then I did. So, but Cup of the Day it's fun. I had time playing some Cup of the Days. It's only 1 hour max, right? But then it's only 1 hour in my agenda nowadays. 1 hour. I mean, where am I gonna have one spare hour basically? Because I want to spend time with the wife, and all the other time I breathe is spent working and, well, hobbying, I suppose, but doing work-related activities, or maybe friends or. Carl Jr. is still the god. Yeah, he's now a 6-time world champion. No, what a guy! What a guy! It's really cool to somehow through this YouTube channel get in touch with other Trackmania drivers, and especially people that play on a high level as well. Carly, Family Man, you're not the only one. There's more in the community actually. I even think Massa is in my community. Wait, let me check. Let me check. If you look for his name, Massa. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong channel. He's never really been talkative, but he has written in Discord back in the day. Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry, hit the mic. So Massa, I don't think he's part of the group anymore, but this is early 2024. So Massa was interested in trading and stuff, so we had some chats. But Massa was in here. Let's see, is spam still in here? I mean, if I look for spam, I get all the like real spams. Wait, let's go to old. Yeah, that's the problem with his name. Spam comes up so often, so it's difficult for me to find him. But Massa was in the group for a while. Oh, Spam me. Yeah, maybe Spam. I mean, I am in Spam's Discord. Wait, let me have a look at what's the name he uses in Discord. Spam me. No, he never wrote a message. I only wrote to so when I started getting very active in the trading industry, I only spoke to Spam about trading on his live stream. So Spam, everyone, he's a professional or ex-professional Trackmania player, great guy, Dutch. Met him many times, and he is a content creator in Trackmania. Has a live stream. Usually when he's live, I think there's like 1,500 people watching or something. So awesome dude, and his name is Spam Me, like this. Also has a YouTube channel, and I think I spoke to Spammy about trading and stuff back in the day on his live stream. So he knows, you know, a bit about what I'm doing. Sometimes we still talk on WhatsApp, because sometimes I still have an opportunity for him, which is business related, not trading related, because I'm also active in the esports industry. So maybe what I should do is I should actually reach out to Spam and be like, yo, you know, like can I help you with a prize pool for one of your events? Because he likes to organize events, and I can sponsor the prize pool. It could be pretty fun. Should actually write him about it. But yeah, let's chart XRP. It's time for me to chart my real live, so we can have a look. But I up. So XRP. Still in the middle of the range, still on top of support. We hit support here as well. Wave 4. Yeah. Preferably, of course, if triangle. You finished here, WXY. Yeah, so in both cases, I have a triangle on my chart. Either a finished triangle, preferably finished triangle, but then your invalidation, of course, moves up here below E. The problem is for this triangle that actually it's common for E to, like, this is, of course, this is stupid. I mean, this, why do I even have this triangle on the, this doesn't look right. This looks better, to be honest. Maybe higher D, E. But yeah, I mean, if you zoom out, this is monthly time frame, but yeah, 1, 2, 3, sideways, 4, 5. Then I have to join. You're gonna win it. Yeah, he does the endurance races. Again, he organized a season of endurance races in Trackmania, which is really cool to see, because he struggled a lot with organizing endurance races back in the day, because Trackmania didn't really, like, it was bugging all the time. You tricked him into charting alts. Yeah, sometimes we had a look. Yeah, didn't know you charted stable coins. I know, right? But yeah, thanks everyone for being here. It's time for me to continue with the day. We spoke a lot about Trackmania and some other real life stuff. I suppose, like, hey, if you don't know the game Trackmania, but you like video games, you like racing games, then at least consider checking it out. And if you are on Twitch, right, make sure to check out Spam on Twitch as well. This is the game Trackmania. It's incredible. I swear, it's such an amazing game. It's so diverse. There's so much that you can do. It's a big online community, a very friendly online community as well. And make sure to also wait. Make sure to then also go to Twitch and check out 1 second here. Oh, he's actually live. Wait, he's actually live. Make sure to check out Spam. He's a great guy, a friend of mine. let me mute him. Oh, I'm not logged in. I haven't been logged into Twitch for so long. But make sure to check him out. Great guy and very friendly, great community. Currently, how many people are watching? 500. I think he just started in the afternoon. And then he's doing, I guess, a trial map here at the moment. But yeah, check it out. You know, Trackmania is awesome. The community is awesome. And Spen is a great guy. If you do happen to go into Twitch, then say hi to Spam from Koens. Just call me Koens, not koenztrading. He will know, or just Koen. If you say Koen, then he will know as well. So thanks, guys, for being here. Appreciate you spending some time here on this beautiful day, Tuesday. Of course, at 4 p.m., which is actually now. We had some news. So if there's going to be any volatility, you know, just trade safe. 4 p.m. here, Tuesday. So trade safe, right? Might increase some volatility. And then tomorrow, Thursday, of course, more news. So thanks for hanging out. And I will catch you during a live stream tomorrow. And tonight we'll do a normal video update. So bye-bye.